All right, voices of the internet, we're going to do a little energy read tonight. And as you can see, I have pulled out actually quite a few decks tonight. I'm using the Yin Yang Oracle. I'm using the Labyrinth Tarot. I've got the Kalahandra Tarot and my favorite cheater Rider Waite deck, and and the Boons and Banes deck, which is a an RPG deck that I got at the comic book store that I really really like. Anyways, so energetically it was really a strong pull tonight, so I thought we'd do some card reading. Mm. And I I don't know if this is good or bad or will make sense to anyone whatsoever, but it looks to me like there's been a transformation. For one, there's been a time and space where you were someone and now you're not that person anymore. Now, now you still have traits of those people, but it's not you anymore. It's not essentially you. It's just not. Your self-worth is completely different than that person, and the scales are starting to balance. I know it takes a really long time, and it's a really slow balancing of scales, the karmic justice scales, but we are completing a cycle in the right direction. Like, you're completing a cycle in the right direction. Now, there are people that will approach you, and here, we'll set these over here while we take a look at these. So, when it comes to like characters being involved, there are three type of characters in this energy reading, and I'm gonna kind of explain it this way. So, what we have is we have the um the Doom Dreamer, and the Doom Dreamer is that character who talks a lot of game, but then just sits at home and wonders why nothing's happening. And on top of that, not only is the Doom Dreamer dreaming the doomed dream, but on top of that, there's like imps. There's little side freaking quests that keep having to be paid attention to, and the whole goal is no, that is not where cats go. Stop. Pig, go. Um, but that's not, yeah, there's little imps, little tiny problems, little things that they keep having to do that keeps them off the path and keeps them dreaming the doomed dream. And then there's another character that is in total flow state, just total flow state, and quite quite good looking, masculine, feminine, no matter which way you take about it, just quite good looking. And in their flow state, they're making magic. They're taking time out. They're reading. They're not letting the entire universe bother them in any such way. They're just rolling with that, just taking their piece as it comes, as it has been foretold. Ooh. All right, and then there's this character over here who are is an arcane absorber. So this character over here is an empath, and with a with an ability to communicate. quite sharply. I mean, it's a protection mechanism, but quite sharply. And what this one, so there's this one, and their advice is to, so the one who is surrounded by imps, for one, you have to get rid of the imps. First, you have to get rid of your imp infestation, and then you will be imp free. Essentially, you have to shake off the annoying little other people's problems that they keep dealing with. But they also need to learn to ask for help, because whatever it is they're trying to accomplish, they can't do it on their own. And this one right here, has been collecting. Let's read that again, because I'm not quite sure I am getting the interpretation that I want out of that. But the flow state, like, attractive person seems like almost like beyond golden, but I'm just not getting that feeling like there's something missing. There's something missing. There's something missing. And oh, I think these two are rivals. I think these two are actually rivals for that, for the empath. And right now, it just seems all up in the air. Yeah, it looks like two rivals for an empath. There's a hanged man. There's a hanged man in front of transformation. So it looks like actually everybody's in their own corners, like trying to recuperate from something that went wrong on them. Like everybody's just kind of receding into their own little corners to like lick their wounds and repair themselves before they go back out again. But the Ace of Pentacles represents a new beginning. So everybody's going to come out of this for a new beginning. And somebody, and the empath's going to get a Two of Cups. Which sounds all well and good. It does. And it will balance the scales. But the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. It looks like somebody's going to have a choice. It looks like somebody's going to have a choice. Somebody's going to have a choice between two things that, oh, one's just been hanging out. One's rebuilding themselves. What's up with the empath? As above, so below. And a so below. Well, the empath is a light worker. The empath is a light worker. And, okay, so it looks like So the dreamer who's in a bad state wants to offer everything. And the happy-go-lucky flow state guide wants to offer a new beginning. Well then, 2 wands and King of Cups. Well, ironically, the guy that's in the worst shape seems to be offering more than, yeah. I mean, I don't know. So it looks like one choice will lead to emotional and relationship in something long term. One's all shiny, and we'll. I wonder if there's a different meaning, because some of these, you never know. You never know. Some of them have different meanings, or at least a twist on them. And it's better to know than to not know. Yeah. And this one would like a new beginning, but this one's got their own ambitions. And they're going after their own dreams. While this one would make... Yeah. Huh. Huh. Okay. All right. All right, here. Okay. No matter what, it looks like the empath is just sitting here doing her thing. And there are 2 possibilities. But because the empath is inspiration. Because the empath is the inspiration here. The empath is the inspiration. And that's why these 2 are going towards the empath. Now, there will be an obstacle. There will be an obstacle that will probably get in the way. And that's interesting. There will be an obstacle that gets in the way. And one will use strength. One will be clever. But in all, the empath is still the prize. Even once the devil does its thing. And probably Uranus at this point. Because like it's the 25th, maybe the 26th. It's the 26th now when I'm shooting this, so yeah. The devil is definitely going to come back on the scene. The devil's going to come back on the scene. Oh, the card's just jumping out now. But in the end, there it is. But in the end, if you just trust in the divine timing, it's all going to work out. I see. Here's the thing, all this about a choice, but in all honesty, what I see here is not really a choice. I think in the end, what choice there is going to be obvious. I think in the end, the empath is actually going to go with I I don't know. But I just know I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that when you get to that point, it'll be obvious. Like almost like there wasn't even a choice to begin with. Like it was just it's just how it should have been. It'll feel right. If you're the empath, it'll feel right. If you're the suitor that wins, it'll feel right. And if you're the suitor that doesn't win, it won't feel right. And if it's the suitor the empath doesn't choose, it just won't feel right. I think this is just one of those things that you just got to trust how it flows. I really, really do. I think that maybe, yeah, I think it's one of those things where you just got to trust. But I do see that everyone here, everyone on this board has made a steady attempt at transformation, at raising self worth, and about balancing the scales. So even though the characters don't always like come out so happy go lucky, these are all honest characters. They're all people trying to do their best. Well, maybe except this devil energy up here. And not that it's just disruptive and it essentially tries to pull quite a few people back into maybe like old ways or old ways of thinking, but it doesn't work. It doesn't it no matter what, it's not going to work just cuz that's what it is. It's pure distraction is what it is. Yeah. Pluto transformation 8 8 oh 8 is justice, karma, Saturn, regeneration. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It really does. It all makes a lot of sense. So, whoever this resonates with, my name's Wendy Gale. Thanks for coming and playing cards with me. It was really fun. It was really great energy, just calling, asking for a good old fashioned, just like, what the heck's going on energy. And I think this might really end up resonating with someone who is in a situation where they're not quite sure how things are going to turn out, but they just really need to know that because they've raised their self-worth and because they've done the work and they're attempting the transformation that Pluto wants them to do. No matter what, the choice is going to be easy and the choice is going to feel good. And that's the most important thing. Thank you. Bye.